In this one, we're going to have a look at functions. So even though we've not written our own functions yet, we have used a couple of PHP's built-in functions. We've been using vardump in order to inspect variables. Vardump is a function. And also, if you remember the arrays lesson, we also used a function there called count. So here we were able to use this count function for it to quickly tell us how many items there were in the colours array. And so functions, the way to think of them, or the way to use them, is if you have a piece of reusable functionality, something which you're likely to going to need throughout your code more than once, then what you can do is you can put that functionality into a function, and it saves you having to rewrite the functionality over and over. So if we think about count here and think about what we know about arrays and loops and things, if we were to try and count how many items were in this colours array each time without using a function, we'd have to do something like loop over all the items in this function and increment a count each time, and each time we loop over that. And so that would be a lot of code and quite a lot of mess to be repeating all over your code, whereas if you have a count function, you can simply pass the colours array to that, and we'll talk about the syntax and how the parentheses work in a moment. But just returning to that, if you have a function where you can pass information and it will tell you the information that you want from it, then it's much better than having a lot of sort of verbose code splattered all over your code base. And so in this one, what we'll do is we'll create some functions of our own so you can see the syntax and then see also the usefulness of this. So here what we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder. This will be number 8, and this will be called functions. Inside of there we'll create a new PHP file. This will also be called functions.php, and then opening PHP tags. Now first of all, what we'll do something very simple, a little bit silly, but just to show you the syntax of how this works. So in order to call a function, it must first be defined somewhere. And so here, the way that you create a function is you use the word function followed by the name of the function. So we will just call this greet, and you might have seen this one before. It's quite a common thing that people use when they're first showing you functions. So the word function followed by whatever you want to call the function, and you can use any name within reason. There are rules around this, but we'll not get sidetracked by that. And then parentheses followed by curly brackets, and then it's inside of these curly brackets where you give the function the functionality, i.e. what you want this function to do when it is called. And so here what we're going to do is we're going to simply echo something out. So this will be hello there followed by a line break. Okay, so then once your function is defined, you can then actually call it, and the way you call it is exactly like we did with this one here. Count, it's the name of the function, and the parentheses, you must include the parentheses, that means that you are calling it. Okay, and so when I run this file, we don't need echo in front of this like we did with count, because inside of the function we're actually calling echo. So we'll talk about how count is working in a moment. That is actually returning a value, but here what we're going to do is inside of the function simply echo a value. And so if we go and run this, I'm going to cd into number 8, and we're going to run php functions.php, and so that function is getting called on line 7, and that's why we're able to see this here. If we merely defined the function but didn't call it, it means that nothing would happen. So this is really just creating the function and what it should actually do, but it won't do anything until you actually call it. So if I comment that out and run this, you'll see that absolutely nothing happens. So very important that you also call the function itself. Okay, so going back to count, here what happened is count actually, we call it returning a value. So instead of it echoing out the value within the function, it actually gives you a value back, and you can do whatever you want with that value. In this case, we echoed count colors, but you can also store it in a variable, which is actually the most common way of dealing with this. So we call count, it counts the colors, and then it gives us that value back as a return value, which you can store in a variable and use elsewhere. So let's create a function which does that. So I'm going to comment out greet here, and we'll just do a very simple function which adds two numbers. So we'll call this function add, and now what we're going to do is actually pass some parameters. So where we were able to pass a value into count, when you create your function, in order to be able to do that, you need to specify parameters. And so here we're going to say A, and we're also going to say B. And then in here, because we don't want to echo this, but we want it to return the value to the caller, we're going to say return A plus B. And so if I was to just call this add 1 and 2, so you'll notice how these are separated by a comma, so first parameter, second parameter, and then when you actually call it, you bind some values to those parameters. So here we're saying A will be 1 and B will be 2. They will be added together and returned. Now you'll see that I'm not doing anything with the returned value here. So if I go and run this, absolutely nothing happens. However, we're getting a value back from here, so we can assign it to a variable. So we'll call this sum, and the assignment works just like assigning any value to a variable. So we are assigning the result, or the returned value, from add 1 plus 2 to this sum variable. And what that means is we can var dump this, we can echo this. So let's use another function. Let's use var dump, and we'll var dump sum. And as you can see, we get an integer with a value of 3. And just to prove that you can also echo this out, you'll see that we are echoing out the value 3 there. Okay, and so hopefully there you'll have seen the value in this. So now we have this very reusable little function, and if we ever want to add two numbers together in our code, what we can do is we can simply call this add function now, pass the two numbers that we want to add together, and it means we don't have to keep doing this all over our code, which isn't a big problem when it's a very simple equation like this, just A plus B. But if you can imagine, the functionality is quite a bit more complex. For example, the solution which we spoke about for count, where you've got to loop over and increment and then return a value at the end, then hopefully you see that just being able to call this one line is a much more efficient solution. Okay, and here's a small section from the book which talks a little bit more about why you use functions. And as it says here, functions let you avoid repeating yourself, give your code structure, and you can group related actions under one name.